I think Morgan probably knows my outfits and all the clothes I wear are like three basic colors, but my favorite color is definitely blue, followed up probably by a green, as you can see here in my outfit now. I think Morgan would say she wants 5 kids from her family, and I'm down to have, 4 to 6 probably, but I guess the real answer is how many kids we can support and how many God wants us to have. So we'll find out, I guess. Our first kiss was the day after our second date on a Sunday evening. She had come over to my house for Sunday dinner for the first time, and I think she was feeling kind of intimidated there, meeting my family after like 2 dates, but it was chill. And then we talked in the car in her driveway, and I told her that I didn't want to date anyone else. I wasn't interested in other girls. And she was like, "Whoa, slow down, buckaroo." And I was like, "All right, that's fine," but I wanted to be open and tell her how I felt. And then we were walking up to her house, and I was walking with my arm around her, and she like stopped and like swung in front of me and was like looking right at my face and gave me those "give it to me" eyes. And so I kissed her on the face, and it was great. It was a great first kiss. It was sprinkling lightly, and it was right by some trash cans, so that was romantic in her driveway. I have like a go-to food that's my favorite, unlike Morgan, which her favorite foods are bread, rosemary bread to be specific, and she loves eggs and orange juice. Those are her staples. But yeah, my favorite food, I would say probably just anything with like meat, but no specific, no favorite. My first car is a car that I still have today. Hand-me-down 2001 red Ford Explorer. Great car. My favorite movie is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Great flick. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor. My first job was when I was a junior in high school. I worked at a retail store at Sundance Ski Resort. It's kind of like a, nice touristy boutique gift shop retail store called the General Store. It was great. That's another tough one, kind of like food, where I like a lot of different foods and I like trying new foods, also like trying new music. Love listening to new music, more of just like a genre, which is probably like alternative or new hip indie music. So there's that. I think this is something that Morgan and I talked about on our first date. We went snowshoeing. We both said that we wanted to visit. Actually, I said first that I wanted to visit Southeast Asia. She was like, "No way, I want to visit Southeast Asia." So I think we're going to go backpack Southeast Asia and go back to the Philippines, go to Thailand, Vietnam, some other places. That would be awesome. 10 years from now, 2026, I will be 32 years old. I see us working some city, I would imagine, outside of Utah. Some big city, maybe on the West Coast or East Coast. Who knows where that will be? How many kids? I don't know. 10 years, 30. When do people usually start having kids? Like 24, 25, maybe 26. Maybe like 2 or 3 kids. I don't know. 2 kids. Job. I'll be staying at home with the kids. We're gonna be teaching. No, I don't know. Something. As of right now, the dream goal is a business role in a tech company. So we'll see if that fades out. Watch this video in 10 years and see what happens. Let me tell you. I proposed on, I believe it was a Thursday evening, May 12th, I think. We went hiking that evening with my family, and that's kind of how I threw Morgan off, is that my whole family came. And we went up Provo Canyon, And we got out of the car pretty high up the canyon past Squaw Peak, up Squaw Peak Road. And we hopped out of the car and I told her, let's go check out the trail. And so we just kind of walked ahead of my family and then just started going. And we got to a point on the trail and she saw there was a rose with a little, inside a mason jar with a little note that I had written about why I loved her. And there were a bunch of those little jars spread all the way up through this trail till we came to this lookout point, and I had set up a hammock there, and we sat in the hammock and looked through a photo journal of us, a bunch of pictures of all the fun stuff we'd done together in all the 2 months that we dated. And then I got a little emotional, and then I got down on one knee and asked her to marry me. It was great. It was awesome. Great view. She'll show you pictures. Probably like maybe like some survival stuff, or like maybe like a Wi-Fi like router or like hotspot. That'd be pretty nice. Call for help. Such a loaded question. We could have spent this 7 minutes talking about just that one. What do I love most about Morgan? I love that she truly knows her self-worth and who she is. She's confident in living the commandments righteously and valiantly. I love that she is caring and genuine. She's personable when she interacts with people. She's passionate about life. One thing I really love about her is her sense of adventure, that she's down to live places and try new foods and see new people and travel. She's ready to roll. I love that she's outdoorsy, that we can enjoy nature and God's creations together. There's tons, so many things. I love her dearly. Ooh, that is a good one. Other than like scriptural or doctrinal books, because that's like the obvious go-to, gotta answer that way. But that is true. Like the Book of Mormon has absolutely changed me more than any other book that I read. But I really enjoy classic like tween books like Harry Potter, even though Allie's a full-grown adult and she reads those books like their doctrine religiously. But I love those books. Grew up reading those. But I really enjoy history as well. Historical fiction. I don't know if I have a favorite book though, but I like to read, I guess. I had a dog. His name was Toby. Great dog. But he's actually not that great. He like kind of peed in the house sometimes. He got one of our neighbor's dogs pregnant. But it taught me a lot about having pets and the research and stuff you need to do before having a pet. And this is a better question that Morgan will know, is that if you asked us who wants what kind of pet, I would definitely say I want a dog, and Morgan would definitely say she wants a cat. So we'll see what happens there. I follow Philadelphia teams. I like the Philadelphia Phillies. I like the Eagles. But I also probably would say BYU, even though they've let me down my whole life, pretty much. Still, I'm a BYU fan through and through. That's probably the games that I watch the most regularly. About you. My nose. She loves noses, and for some reason she likes my big nose. Just kidding. I don't know. She tells her that I'm nice to her, so she tells me that I'm nice to her, so that's probably a good thing. This is also a loaded question, and no matter how I answer this, someone's going to be upset with me. So I will not answer that. I'll beat around the bush and say that everyone always says that Allie's the crazy one. I think Morgan and Emily are the most similar. They look similar. Lauren is like the only blonde one. She's really funny. And just like my family, the oldest, Katie, is like the mother hen. She's just like taking care of everyone, the most thoughtful. That's what I've seen. And Susie's great, but I think Susie answers the next question. Susie is the answer. It says, who And from what I've seen, it seems like Susie has the final word in that relationship. Hopefully, in our relationship, we will have a balanced duo of both wearing pants or both wearing skirts, however you want to look at it. All right, we could be into that. That is a tough question. And I know the answer. We both go to bed too late. That's the habit we need to break when we're married, and we probably will. Because we both need to go to bed earlier. When we want a kiss or affection from one another, and it's this. It's kind of weird.